Well, welcome to a new Dave's Classic Garage Tours video, and you've caught me on my Christmas break down on Phillip Island. And if you come into Cowes, you can't help but notice one or two things. There'll be that old Gemini van, and occasionally when it's out on the forecourt, this Peugeot Rally 504. Anyway, Paul's the owner. Let's go and have a chat. Right, Paul. Thanks very much for taking a bit of time out. Let me come and have a little poke around, a little nose about with you.
Indeed.
But yeah, tell us about Island Brakes, and you've got a little bit of business going on here and up in Melbourne.
Well, my main core business is in Melbourne, Universe Motors, Richmond Brake and Clutch, and we specialise in Peugeots and Europeans. We've serviced in Melbourne and repaired for 40 years. I live on the island, and we started Island Brakes, which is in conjunction with Universe Motors about 4 years ago, and we also sell used cars, and obviously I have my eccentricities here as well.
You do. They're very enjoyable pieces of work. Well, let's have a look over this one.
Indeed.
Peugeot 504 rally car.
This was owned by a fellow on the island. It was built in Queensland. It's been rallied fairly extensively in Queensland. It's had a full go over by a gentleman that built it up there, and the fellow that owned it on the island passed away, and I figured it was a good thing to keep here, and as a result we've wound up with it and done a bit of work with it.
Have you raced it yourself?
We've run it a few times, on a club level, but we hopefully will do that a bit more in the future.
How does that, is that a V6 in there? Or?
No, it's a 2 litre 504 engine.
Right, okay.
So very standard with a 5-speed box, but limited slip diff, and all later 505 running gear, and so it's been toughened up and double seam welded. And
did it go straight from the factory into rallying? Or?
No, it would have been a private car, and then it was taken and built from there.
Do you want to just show us inside, see what's a...
Yeah, look, I've got it all locked up actually.
Oh right,
so
yeah, it is.
Let's have a look. Oh, there we go.
Right. Don't tell anyone.
Of course, it's got a cage, full cage.
Oh well, yeah. Oh, you could go all the way with this, couldn't you?
Well, it's a serious build. Long-range tanks and dust extractor.
I was going to say the old for the sand in the desert, hey?
Yep. So
wow, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Oh, look at that setup in there. Yeah, this kind of thing I've seen at Rally Retro next month or so.
Very much.
Oh, right, crikey, yeah.
It's no longer a road car.
No. That's awesome. That's bloody awesome. You'd go out and race yourself?
Well, this year we'll be doing it pretty extensively.
Nice
I've rallied for years and done track work for years. 205 GDIs we've been running.
Right, we'll see one.
I started in Formula V's, and then more for fun. You know, you make a career out of it. It costs you a lot of money and impacts on your life.
Yes.
So it's a pleasure.
Yeah. No, that's certainly they're great to see. It's brilliant to see. And where's the interest in Peugeots originate from?
I did my apprenticeship with them. Late 70s I started with Regan's and finished with them in 83.
Right.
So owned a lot and had a lot and sold a lot of Peugeots.
Yeah. Quite strange for me when I came to Australia how well regarded like the French brands were. They'd be up there with like Volkswagens.
We always assembled them here in West Heidelberg, Kilter Road. So Renault Australia were assembling Peugeots and Renaults for quite some time. So they were delivering them here
and knockdown kits.
They were basically in sections, engines, chassis parts, but they were painted here and assembled here on assembly line.
It's actually, again, I mean, I can remember these from my childhood, camping down through France and whatever, the 504. They certainly disappeared in the UK in that time, but there's coming out here 13 years ago.
They're everywhere.
The amount of 504s still on the road is bloody everywhere. So Brunswick, I've counted 13 in one day.
Well, we manufactured 504s here until the 80s.
Yeah.
So early 80s.
Right, okay.
So they lived a very long period here. This car, when I bought Richmond Brake and Clutch some years ago, was one we painted up just as a service delivery car.
Yeah.
Bit of irony. You know, it's now quite old.
It's like a bit of an iconic thing driving into town. This.
Yeah, it's an 80. I think it's an 86.
Yeah. The Gemini, was it based would it have been based on the Chevette, the Vauxhall?
Probably was. I mean, it was very, very iconic Australian car.
Yeah.
But Isuzu engine,
Right.
Four-cylinder.
Yeah.
It's got a 2-litre in it.
Yeah.
But
And the famous,
they used to have the Sandman. It was
right, exactly.
Originally, and
Yeah.
it was sort
Something
of
we
a
don't
copy
get those.
scaled down on that. You know?
Absolutely, absolutely. Did they make a sort of a derivative of the Sandman in the Gemini? What was it called?
I've forgotten what it was called now. I can't remember.
Right.
I can't remember. Too many years ago.
It'll be up on screen as we talk.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. So it's just use a bit of advertising material. You don't.
Yeah, we use it for deliveries.
Oh, you do? Oh, right, cool.
It's one of our delivery cars.
Runner, excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Big automatic as well.
Delivery and a bit of PR.
Yeah, exactly. It does the job, mate. I tell you, like I say, you certainly notice it when you drive into town. Okay. Iconic 80s. Are they trims or? Yeah, they're trims, yeah.
No, they're old alloys actually.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What, from a Gemini? Or
No,
maybe
they were off a, it was off a Holden. I think they originally came off a,
vacationer.
can't remember what we put them off now.
Commodore Vacationer?
No, it wasn't Commodore, no. They're too small for that.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. No, that's a great one. All right. Next up, let's have a pop inside. Okay, so not only cars are your passion, but more so possibly bikes, would it be, or did you
Pretty
say?
70 early English bikes.
Right.
You know, quite like.
Now, you did ask me the other day what you thought I'd know straight off what this might be.
Oh, this is a
but
Triton.
It's a bit special.
Yeah, a Triton.
A Triton.
59 Triton.
Explain to us, Triton.
A Triton is a Norton chassis frame with a Triumph engine in.
Yeah.
These were built from 59, late 50s, 59 on. They were basically the first of the cafe races.
Yeah.
So
Ace
for
Cafe.
reliability and engine performance, they would put a Triumph engine in a Norton frame.
Right. So the teams weren't finding the Norton engine up to much cop then, were they?
No. So for a number of reasons, they would get the weight down low.
Right.
They would fit the Triumph engine in, which was more reliable, lower down in the chassis, and of course they were a performance bike. So it was the first of the cafe races, realistically. But they were the way to have a fast bike back in a period that was faster than a manufactured bike. So Triton's quite renowned.
Have you taken a bike yourself to the Ace Cafe up in?
No, I've never been there, but maybe one day.
Yeah. Yeah. Right, a couple of old BSAs as well.
A couple of old BSAs, which
for sale if anybody should require. So this one's.
That's a 1963.
Yeah.
250. It was a unit construction. The last of the unit constructions. That's a 4-speed box.
Yeah.
250. Nice little bike.
Are these restorations?
They've been restored. Yeah. I haven't done all of the restorations. I've come in on the end of them, but basically the engine, transmission has all been done. Nice little bikes.
Yeah, sure. And this one's a bit older.
This is a C11G. This is 1955. Again, engine's all been done. Gearbox, new rims, painted. Yeah. Lovely old bike, you know.
What sort of money are these going to go for?
This one, 10 and a half.
10 and a half. Right.
Something like that, you know, 8 and a half.
Right.
Which is not a lot.
Yeah.
When you, you look at the work and the time that goes into them. You know, there's a lot involved in them.
Definitely. There's a lot. Yeah. You get a lot of. For the price of motorbikes, I mean, you're more bang for your bucks in a motorbike than the car nowadays, really, don't you?
Well, you do, very much so.
Yeah. Okay, 500.
Bambino.
Yes.
500 cc. I've had this one since about 93.
Right.
We started redoing it. It's been put away. It's in the line to be done.
Yeah.
Engine's been done, but it's not in it at the moment.
Uh-huh.
A fellow by the name of Gary Blackman retrimmed it all in leather for me, a friend of mine.
Yeah. It's a nice job in there, for sure.
Lovely.
were these sold in, I keep on asking this actually.
They're all imported here.
They're all imported.
Yeah, we had quite a few of them here. The early ones had a suicide door, which opened the other way.
Yeah. What year was this one?
This is about a 71.
71?
Yeah, yeah.
Right, okay.
So,
yeah. And this will be your holiday home car?
Oh no, this will be one I'll probably sell.
Oh right, okay.
I'll probably sell it. Just been put on the back burner.
The work, do you actually do that within your workshop? Any restoration
Not
work?
really, no. It's not something I do professionally, really. It's we're into service and mechanical repairs up there and sales.
Right. Right, now this definitely sparked my interest. Well, they all spark my interest, but this is a, yeah, something not generally liked a few years ago, but definitely interesting.
No, they've gone through the roof in terms of their values, but a lot of these collectibles have resurfaced with big values.
Yeah.
Our workshop here isn't as sprightly and as well set up as it should be at the moment, but we'll.
This is
We've only been really running this for a couple of years here, and it's been for service and repair.
Oh right.
In terms of doing repairs. You know.
The business has been here for, you've been here for a while though.
I've been here 4 years now, nearly.
Is it only 4 years?
Yeah. This was originally Cow's Total Care RACV depot.
Yeah.
And all the front was all filled in. The showrooms were all filled in. So,
right, okay.
We've sort of taken it back to it used to be a Toyota dealership.
So what's this one in for?
This is a local gentleman. It's got some actuator problems with the headlights and a few other bits and pieces, and just check it over.
So these are the 924 head. What year would this be? This is
I can't tell you exactly. Oh, it's been modified.
Ah, right.
It's all been changed. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So right. Okay. So this is stuck on the front from aftermarket.
Correct.
So, right.
This is, depending on your preference, a Porsche Flatnose, Slantnose or Flashbau 911. And this is all you need to know in 60 seconds. It's 1976 and Porsche has decided to go racing with its new 911 Turbo, developing the Factory 935 racing program. Customer racing team Kramer demanded a piece of the action, but was eventually forced to develop its own 935, which by this time had relocated the headlights to the front apron. Kramer saw an opportunity and along with its bodybuilding partner DP Motorsport, offered conversions to customers' road-going turbos. Porsche itself got in on the act as mega-rich clients commissioned the company to build road-going 935s in the early 80s, including Tag Heuer owner Mansour Ajaz's Street 935. Wider interest led to the company's Sonderwunsch program, offering the flashbau conversion, and 58 examples hit the road before the second gen arrived in 1983, with a new face incorporating the pop-up headlights of the 924 and selling 204 examples. The fender vents were optional. In total, 940 factory flashbaus left the factory, 686 of them made in the third generation between 87 and 89, when the car arrived on the showroom price list. The total number of flashbaus is unknown thanks to conversions done by the likes of DP Motorsport, one of the most prolific specialists in the field. And that's all you need to know in 60 seconds.
Hey, that's cool. Yeah, I was just reading about all that yesterday.
Yeah.
That's definitely a thing for the 80s that was happening. And then presumably a lot of people would have regretted it for a while.
Yeah, look, a lot of the early cars have been done up like this.
Yeah.
And it's very hard. I haven't even looked at the compliance plate to see what dates they are, because they change things on them. They made them very similar.
Yeah, Right, she's a beaut.
So it's a 205 GDI.
Okay.
It's been stored and dusty.
Yeah.
It's one of our race cars that we've club level raced for many years. But it's been stored in a factory, so it's filthy. We'll be getting that up and running soon.
So you've got two of these, two 205s.
We've got two 205 GDIs.
Right, now this is the interesting thing, as I mentioned to you the other day. 205 1.9s came here initially with the 1.6 wheels because they were so...
Correct.
The importer was trying to keep the price down.
Smaller wheels,
yeah.
And then they went to these.
So is this an early one or a later one with the...
This is a Hong Kong import, so
it's
very different. It's never actually been registered here. It was brought into the country and someone started doing some modifications to it, and we bought it in a poor state.
Right.
Although it's in a very dusty state now. But then we went through and finished the suspension and finished it and ran it for a couple of years. But mind you, that was this one hasn't run for probably near 15 years.
Oh, 15 years,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
So it's in line for recommissioning, yeah?
Yeah, well, we're going through, the injectors are out of it, and we'll go and...
So what sort of work, you've got to do?
The injectors are out of it, and needs cleaning, that's the last thing, and back to scratch.
So we're on Phillip Island now. Would this have run a few times down at the track?
We've probably run this 10, 11 times at the track.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I would say.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
I live past the track, very close to it, so
Yeah.
it's very convenient. You know.
Yeah.
But
So
it's about fun. It's about having
Absolutely,
fun, you know.
absolutely with these things. Yeah, definitely.
It's a bit sad looking at it all dusty, but
No, mate. If we
know.
can see through that, we know what's going to go.
That's
We'll
it.
See back on the road hopefully soon.
that's it.
Okay, and a little. We've got an MG over the
Got
back.
a little MG over here as well.
Let's have a look at that. Hang on. Okay. MG.
I've had a few of these in my life.
Oh right. So is this yours?
This is mine.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, this is one that the engine's been done in, and I've had many numbers of them, but I've
Right.
had this for a few years. Probably end up selling it fairly soon. You know,
Yeah.
there's a limit to how many things you can have.
Sure.
But,
so how many cars have you got in your collection?
Oh,
Oh right.
I've got a few others too.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Too many.
It's funny with the MG. I mean, I appreciate. I love it now, but I'm of an age where the TR7 was my first love car. You know, I was six, 7 when it came out. So this always seemed old-fashioned to me when I was a kid, and it was just. And then Practical Classics always had it every other week or every other month. Had an MG being restored and whatever. So it was never. It's taken a while
For it to grow.
Yeah. Now you know. I can
When you look at the values of these, though, for a mark, which
Yeah.
the MGB is, when you think, I mean, they've risen in the last couple of years, but $35,000 will buy you one of these.
Yeah.
It's in
Good.
extremely good order that's
Absolutely.
been rebuilt properly. And there's a difference between rebuilt and rebuilt properly.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's not a lot for a mark car.
No,
It's
no,
really not.
for sure.
When you look at what the other values,
Absolutely. These have pretty much stayed steady.
they haven't gone up a lot.
No.
But, you know, on the right day, a sunny day, they're not a car that's designed to be in the weather really, but
Yeah.
on the right day, they're a lovely thing to drive.
Sure.
You know,
And somebody quoted the other day, you're not buying these cars now for outright performance, these
No.
classics and whatever. They're the experience and whatever these cars.
like those motorbikes, not so much the Triton, but the other two, they're 250s.
Yeah.
They happily sit on 45, 55 miles an hour, but
That's plenty enough on.
that's where they need to be,
Yeah.
and you ride them sensibly and you enjoy them for what they are.
Yeah.
It's not a question of,
Sure.
you know,
Yeah.
breaking
Okay, mate.
speed records with them. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Well, mate, I thank you for your time.
all right.
I know you were super busy, and you know, I've just poked my nose in, and
all
it's
right.
been great to have a little poke around and see what's going on and whatever. I may see you up at poke my nose in and say hello up at Richmond
Indeed.
one day.
By all means.
Nice one. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Good on you. Thank you.